I think just from a young age, I've had like a love and a passion for music. My parents are both musicians and they put me in dance, so that kind of is like my drive, is love on all aspects and passion on all aspects, but particularly with music. I think as I got older, I like equated the both as one, but when I was younger, it was just like my extracurricular, like something that I always did and like I loved. And then when I really kind of honed in on what it was when I was growing up, I was like, okay, like when I'm mad, like I dance differently. When I'm sad, I dance differently. So I kind of, as I grew into myself, I kind of made dance and my life equal. And that's how it kind of like, it just made me, yes.
How do you overcome that?
Well, when I moved to LA and I started dancing professionally, everyone tells you like you're always going to get more no's than yeses. Like you have to make sure that like that doesn't bring you down and that makes you like still work hard. And I'm like, okay, I guess I can try that. And it's so true out here, especially like you cannot let it get you so like down. But yeah, when you go into some auditions, like an audition is one time, like you get one time to do whatever, whether you just learned it or they just were like, say this line, thank you. So it's like you have to get yourself in a place where it's like, okay, how am I gonna deliver this one time the best that I can? And you don't nail it every single time, which is, you walk out of there and you're like, okay, but you learn something every single time. Like every time I leave, I'm like, okay, I was thinking about this right before it. Maybe that's what kind of distracted me. So next time, maybe I need to just like decompress for a second, like really put myself in the moment and then continue. Probably, I just have a very like lighthearted comedic spirit. So I don't really take much seriously. Because when you do, it gets you down. Like if you really think about a bad thing or if you're really upset or like, oh man, I really just didn't do my best, and you sit and sulk in that emotion, that definitely like I'm like, okay girl, like you need to get it together. That was not your best, but thank God you have like an audition tomorrow or like something else this week that you can like take what you kind of disappointed yourself in today and like make it a little bit better. Because this is not your last audition, it's not your last opportunity. So you just kind of have to like keep yourself uplifted. Really, you have to keep yourself grounded and understand your position and where you are in what you're doing. And that's hard when you bring in a lot of different personalities and a lot of different, who's your boss, who's the assistant, who's the talent, who's this, who's that. When there's a lot of those energies, you have to really stay focused and keep yourself where you know you should be. Like sometimes I go into situations where I'm like, okay, I may have a little bit more experience or I may have a little less experience. Like you have to really gauge where you are in your situation and keep yourself just focused in that. That's like my one thing. I always just, when I get into a situation like large, small, a bunch of people, no people, I'm always like, okay, where am I at? Like let me check this situation and then go from there. A lot of experiences that I've had, it's just a lot to do with various personalities. And I think that it would help if you just go into a situation knowing what you bring to the table and leaving it at that.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.